Hey there, Brandon Dale with House Buyers based in Atlanta. So I've been in real estate for about 12 years and really been wholesaling for the past three. Just recently started a new company called House Buyers with some kick-ass new partners. We're super excited. Our model is basically to acquire as many properties as we can, renovate them, and either keep them as rentals or resell them. So up until we started this new company, House Buyers, I was acquiring seller leads probably the same way as you and 97% of the people out there. Cold calling, direct mail, driving for dollars, networking groups. You know, I can list probably four or five more, and it literally makes me nauseous just thinking about it. So once we started this new company, I knew that there had to be a better way to find leads. And really, like many of my fellow SEO brothers and sisters out there, I started reading as much as I can online, like sites like Bigger Pockets, and there was always just one voice that just kept resonating with me. One voice that was kind of speaking to the absurdity that, how can you be a highly successful real estate investor by doing exactly what 97% of the other people are doing out there? So basically, I became a regular consumer of Gerald's content, almost kind of like a junkie. I couldn't wait to get the next post or blog. And I think I was subconsciously trying to find a hole in his process. I've seen so many people spend so much money on programs and systems and training. And I've always been a big proponent of just kind of jumping in and getting, rolling up your sleeves and getting your hands dirty and trying to figure it out on your own. Uh, I figured that out. I assumed that I could just kind of figure out how to beat the other 97% of the people, on my own. I got over that pretty quickly, though. Gerald's a real deal. I saw his own results. There's no hole in his process. And I'll tell you, aside from all that, there was really one thing that kind of pushed me over the top with wanting to work with him is that I saw through various forums online and just kind of reading his stuff that he had a genuine care and concern for helping people with their business. Often it was had nothing to do with marketing or SEO or things like that. It was a genuine and sincere desire to kind of help people, and that's always been the type of person or people that I want to work with, and our team does. So, back to the present, I've only been with Gerald a short time, but I've already started to see some great results. Here's the deal for me. Being a business owner is challenging. Everybody knows that, and everybody has their own sets of challenges. For me, prioritizing my time has always been my biggest problem. So, what I love about the SEO process with Gerald is that he basically lays everything out for you. It's hard work. Don't get me wrong; it's a lot of hard work, but you basically lays out the blueprint for you, and you just have to execute. So for me, I know I don't have to worry about spending hours on something that isn't going to really provide any value, or I don't have to go down a rabbit hole for a day to try to figure something out. So that's the real value to me. And there's a sense of community as well, and that's kind of an added bonus. We have a Facebook group that everybody communicates daily with, not only to kind of push each other along this SEO journey, but also to cover some, let's say, non-marketing things like operational stuff or contractual stuff or whatever relates to the day-to-day business. So there's definitely a sense of community, and I love that. So feel free to reach out to me if you have any questions on Gerald, if you have any questions on the process. He's a funny guy. His comical nature, his assistant said he's the best looking guy in real estate. Anything else that I'm a huge fan, and I couldn't speak highly enough of him. I would say it's easily the best decision we've made in our young company so far. So, okay, thanks for watching.